Find a comfortable seat. And if you have a block by your side. So feel free to sit on a block, feel free to sit with your legs crossed, but just take a moment and find your seat and turn the palms either up or down. It's totally up to you. And as you sit up tall, just take a big full breath and let your spine lift as you inhale in. And whether you close your mouth or open up your mouth, exhale, soften the jaw, feel the shoulders release. And let's just do that again. As you inhale, feel the breath swell and fill from the base, as if the inhale could float all the way up into the top of your chest. And then exhale, just let that go. And then we'll do it one more time. As you inhale, breathe in, and as if you were sipping and filling the basin of your body, fill and breathe in. And see if you can't carry the breath up into your throat and maybe even behind the jaw and the back of your ears. And then as you exhale, feel again the release of the shoulders away from the ears. And just sit up tall, open up the mouth as wide as you can. Stretch and open up your jaw like you're yawning. And then close your mouth and just take your right ear to your right shoulder. And then as you do that, keep the right ear dropping and then just turn your chin down to your right armpit. And can you still feel the weight of your right ear as you do so? So you might get a little stretch across the back of your left neck, the side of your left neck. And then inhale, come back up. And then just drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Feel the weight of your right shoulder blade heavy as you do that. And then keep the ear heavy and just gently turn towards the left. And if you still feel the weight of your left ear, you might get a little sweet stretch across the neck. And then inhale, come back up. And then bring your head back over your shoulders. Reach your arms forward. Let's interlace the fingers, flip your palms, straighten your elbows, reach those arms all the way up towards the sky. And then bend your elbows, bring your hands behind your head, lean your head back into your hands, and then spread your shoulders super wide apart and lift your elbows up towards the sky. And then just take a moment and lean the head back into the hammock of your hands. Feel your feet press, feel your hips press. And inhale, start to lift the front of your chest a little taller, your elbows a little higher. And then exhale, bring your body upright. And this time we're going to interlace the fingers behind your back. With your hands resting on the base of your spine, feel your hands press against your pelvis and then bend your elbows and reach your elbows back to the wall behind you. There's a sense that your hands are driving your tailbone down, your shoulders are sliding down the back, and the spine is lifting up. And as you start to hug the elbows a little closer together, feel how the shoulders want to come together as well. Can you spread your shoulders apart and bring your elbows closer? And then just take a moment here, drop your right ear to your right shoulder again. And as you do that, as the right ear comes to the right shoulder, move your hands over to your left hip. And then drop the right ear, right shoulder down more. Inhale, bring everything back to center. And then as you drop your left ear to your left shoulder, arms over towards the right. Notice how the right shoulder wants to come up, so drop the right shoulder down the back. Lift and lengthen through both sides of the waist. And then inhale, come back to center. Go ahead and release the arms. Let's come onto our forearms and set up for Sphinx pose. And have the elbows so they're underneath your shoulders. Let's actually take the hands as wide as the mat. So the elbows are under the shoulders, but the hands are wide. So it's like a W. And then press into your hands. Try to pull your hands back towards your feet. Feel the shoulder blades pressing in and lift the collarbones up towards the sky. Remember that feeling when you had your hands behind your head and you were leaning the head back into the hands? Feel the spine move forward and all the way up. Feel the ears, the back of the ears, lift all the way up. And take a full breath here. And then lower all the way down. And take your hands wider than your mat. Come under your fingertips. And press into your feet and your hands. Inhale, coil and lift the chest up towards the front. And then stay here. Look at your right hand. Notice where it is. And as you do that, pull your right elbow back. Pull your left shoulder back. Beautiful, you guys. And then come back to center. And as you gaze over to where your left hand is, pull both elbows back and pull the right shoulder blade back. And then come back to center, face forward. And as you press into your fingertips, can you coil and lengthen the shoulder blades back, the elbows back, especially the left one, and lower all the way down, exhale. Good, walk your hands right in so they're underneath your elbows. Baby cobra, pull the chest as you inhale. Keep the shoulders as high as you lower down, exhale. Good, we'll do 2 more like that. Inhale, hands press, feet press, inhaling. Good, feel the press, also feel the pull as you exhale, lower. And then 1 more, we're gonna hold it, you guys. Inhale, press into your feet, press into your hands. Remember that feeling of your elbows coming towards one another, but your shoulders spreading apart? Beautiful. Then hover your hands an inch off the floor. And then try to slide your hands back so the wrists move under the elbows. And try to do that a little bit more, and without moving your hands, like you could rotate from the thumb side to your pinky side. Feel that external rotation. 1 more breath, chest moves forward. Lower all the way down, exhale. Good, go ahead and come onto your hands and knees, this time for tabletop position. Bring your right arm into a cactus shape. And then just look at your right elbow and your right hand and notice what it's doing. Notice how the hand for many of us is lower. Imagine that you could high five the floor and your elbow will drop a little bit more. The bicep will spin forward and up towards the sky. And then press into that imaginary floor with your right hand. Also check in with your left hand. Can you feel 2 shoulder blades move down onto the back body? Now take an inhale here, hover your left shin up off the floor and take your left leg off to the left side of the room. That's it. So as the left knee moves to the left, can you pull your right elbow towards the right? Without your elbow moving in space, can you inhale and reach your fingertips of the right hand towards the ceiling? So imagine that your right elbow is pressing into a wall, and then exhale, slow, bring your right hand back to parallel. And then again, inhale, fingertips of the right arm reach, like you're just rotating the right arm in the socket. And then exhale, lower. And we'll just do that 1 more time. Check in with that left leg, lift it higher. Inhale, fingertips of the right arm to the sky. And exhale, lower. And then bring everything back to your tabletop position. So yesterday we were sauteing garlic in our hips. Today we're sauteing garlic in our shoulders. Cactus that left arm. Did you hear that, Heidi? And then just take a look at what that left arm does. So it's like you could push your left hand into something, let the left elbow drop. You'll feel the shoulder blade connect onto the back body. And then hover your right leg and extend the right leg off to the side. Beautiful. Try to slide 2 shoulders on the back body. And as if your left arm, your left upper arm could stay where it is, inhale, try to rotate and lift the forearm up towards the sky. So Jackie, the other way. The elbow stays where it is, and the left fingertips, the left wrists, reach up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, lower it down. Good, and then again, inhale. So deep shoulder moving in the socket. And exhale, lower. And then 1 more, almost like you could push into the elbow. Try to lift the left wrist, left fingers a little higher. And then exhale, lower. And then everybody back to your tabletop position. Curl your toes under. And downward facing dog, exhale. Take a moment, fidget, wiggle, waggle, pedal. Do what you need to do. Check in with your body. Week 3. But you know what's beautiful about today is it's the end of March. So there's a whole new month ahead of us for possibility. Some of you guys just looked up and like gave me a roll of the eyes. Take your feet as wide as the mat. Go ahead and walk your hands all the way back to meet your feet. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Reach the arms up and overhead to the wall behind you. Put enough of a bend into the knees so that you feel a sense of release through your spine. And then relace so you have the other pinky on top. And then I want you to keep your hands interlaced, but rest your hands on your low back, just like we did in the beginning. Could you squeeze your elbows closer together and then lift your shoulders higher to the sky? Against that, let your brain, let your head, let it get heavy. You know that space right where the skull and the spine rest? Create breath there. And keep your elbows bent and start to move your upper arms away from your back. So your arms will move away from your back body. Shoulders will stay lifted, elbows stay reaching towards one another, and then start to move your hands away from your back without your arms going past straight. Lift the shoulders up, pull the upper arms away from the mid-body, and then release the hands down to the floor. Heel toe your feet so they're more classically hip distance apart. I want you to come onto your fingertips, and then walk your hands just halfway forward to your downward facing dog. And if you can stay on your fingertips, that would be great. If it's too much, hands flat. But notice when you're on your fingertips how there's that bandha from the center of your palm. There's a sense of lifting through the inner arms. Keep pushing your hips back, and if you can, you'll walk your hands, staying on your fingertips, as far forward to your downward facing dog as you possibly can manage. And notice that sense of lifting through the forearms, and of course what I like to call the armpit bandha. Lift up through there and push the hips back. It's up to you. That looks nice, Jessie. Stay on your fingertips or hands flat. Shift forward into your plank pose. So again, you can flatten your hands. You can try staying on your fingertips. Can you pull the shoulders onto the back body while still lifting the bottom ribs up? Take another full breath in, and then exhale, pull back to downward facing dog. Everybody plant your hands fully flat. Shift forward into your plank pose as you inhale. Shoulders on the back. And as you start to lower chaturanga, drive your hands towards your feet. Pull the elbows towards your feet. Baby cobra or the up dog. Press into the hands. Pull the arms. Pull the elbows. Pull the shoulders back. And downward facing dog. Exhale. Right leg, let it lift as you inhale. As you exhale, step the foot forward between the hands. Lower your left knee down to the mat. Use your inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, we're just going to cactus those arms. And then try to pull the elbows wide apart. Feel the center of your ribs move back. As you stay here, take an inhale. Keep your elbows where they are and just internally rotate. So try to rotate your right fingertips to face down towards the floor. Just observe, relax the shoulder, and then bring that right arm back up. Good, and then left arm, try to keep the elbow where it is. Try to relax the left shoulder down. And then inhale back up. We'll just do that 2 more times. Rotate right fingertips down so it's internally rotating. And exhale back up. Left arm down. Just notice the difference right to left. And exhale up. We should just do it 1 more time. Inhale right. Exhale up. Inhale left. Exhale up. Reach both arms to the sky. Pinkies rise. And release. Hands down to the mat. Lift your back knee up off the floor. Take a moment here. I want you to cactus the right arm. Pull the left shoulder onto the back body. Take an inhale. And we're going to keep the right arm into a cactus and exhale, twist towards the right. Check in with that left shoulder. Drive the left shoulder onto the back body. So you're pulling the left arm back. And could you reach that right elbow a little higher to the sky? Let the shoulder spread and then roll the left ribs all the way up to the right elbow. Take another full breath in. Now straighten that right arm, touch the ceiling. And exhale, release. Hand down to the floor, step to your plank. It's your best way to your downward facing dog. Left leg, it lifts as you inhale. Go ahead and as you exhale, step the foot forward between your hands. We'll lower the right knee down to the mat. Use your inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, cactus the arms. Go ahead, take a moment, try to pull the elbows away from one another. Feel how that spreads the shoulder blades. And then let's try both arms. So take an inhale, rotate both hands down. Feel if one shoulder wants to lift. Try to drop that shoulder. And then exhale, bring the arms up. Good. And then again, inhaling, Try to reach the elbows apart from one another. And exhale. And then just one more, inhaling. Pause here. See if you can't start to push your arms back to the wall behind you. And without losing the bend into the elbows, bring your fingers to touch. Notice how your head comes forward. I want you to just lean the head back, move the shoulders back, reach the elbows back. And then take the hands apart from one another, and then come back into your cactus shape. Inhale, reach the arms wide and up towards the sky. And exhale, release, hands down to the mat. Lift your back knee up off the floor. We're gonna bring that left arm into the cactus here. Check in with your right shoulder, pull it onto the back, and then twist towards the left. Find the right hand, push it into the floor like you're doing a big handstand, rebound the right ribs up. And as the right shoulder moves towards the right foot, can you lift up to the left elbow? And then reach those left fingertips all the way to the sky. Last breath in, beautiful. Release, hand down to the floor, step to your plank. Exhale, we shift forward and lower down. Inhaling, pull the shoulder blades into the chest. And downward facing dog, exhale. Full breath in, full breath out. Go ahead and walk your feet all the way forward to meet your hands. As we inhale, find the Ardha. Open up the chest. Pull the shoulders back even here. And then keep the shoulders reaching back. Fold again. Exhale. Good. One more. Inhale. Find your Ardha. Take a moment to pause. Find the most bottom tips of the shoulder blades, and like you could slide them to the opposite back pocket. Feel that the left shoulder blade is trying to move to the right back pocket. Your right shoulder blade is trying to move to your left back pocket. And then bring your two hands to your hips. There's a feeling of sphinx in the upper chest. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale at the top. Good, arms by your side. When you're ready, spread the shoulders wide. Inhale, arms lift up. As you exhale, hinge, reach forward as you fold. Use the inhale, find your Ardha, shoulders back. Plant your hands as you step to your plank. Exhale, drag arms back as you lower. Inhale, nice Anthony. And downward facing dog, exhale. Really nice, you guys. Breathe in and breathe out. And so wherever your hands are, maybe turn the hands out so the middle finger reaches more towards the corners of the mat. And as you do that, can you spread your shoulders wider apart? And can you connect the upper outer tricep right where your armpit is? Hug your triceps towards one another. Then lift the chest up against that work. Rise up on the inhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop to the top of the mat. We open as we inhale, shoulders back. We fold as we exhale. And then we rise. Feel the press of the feet, the spread of the shoulders, lift the pinkies higher. And bring it in as you exhale. Let's just do that one more time. Inhale, arms reaching up. Hinge, fold forward, exhale. As we inhale, use this to put the shoulders on the back body. Nice, Audrey. Plant your hands, step or jump, chaturanga. Into the back bend as we inhale, shoulder head stay on the back. And downward facing dog as we exhale. Really nice. Breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful. As you inhale, extend your right leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, bring your right knee in to touch your nose. Shift forward, spread and round the shoulders, lift up through the ribs, dome and round the back body. Then step the right foot forward between your hands. Stay low as you reach both arms forward in space. So there's a sense here of letting the shoulder blades drop around the ribs. So there's a sense of the triceps releasing towards the floor. And then as you reach from the hip points to the pinky fingers, can you also feel that the thumbs are plugging the arms into the shoulder sockets? Carry that as you inhale, rise the arms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale at the top. Go ahead and bring those arms ever so slightly in front of the ears. So there's a sense of broadening, but then hugging. Let the collarbones lift the gaze a little higher. And as your palms are facing one another, they don't need to touch, but imagine that you were karate chopping the pinky side of your wrist, like you could high five the wall in front of you. Notice how that plugs the arms into the side body. Beautiful. Take one more breath as you lift the spine up to meet the fingers. And then release. Hands to the mat. Step to your plank pose. Vinyasa or dog is your exhale. And then when you arrive in dog, inhale, left leg lifts. As you exhale, bring the left knee in, touch the nose, press down. Also spread the collarbones. Step the foot forward, stay low, and reach both arms forward in space. Notice how the upper trapezius want to help do everything. So feel a sense that the back of the neck is soft. And as the arms reach, think of your arms like wings, like lat muscles. And from your pinky fingers, the lats connect to your armpits and all the way down to your sacrum. So feel the entire back body as you rise yourself up into your crescent pose. Exhale at the top. And yes, we're reaching from the side, we're reaching from the outer body, but can you feel that the inner arms are plugging into the shoulder sockets? So there's a sense of yes, reach, and yes, both and. Namaste. Yoga. But then feel the chest move and breathe across the back of the heart. Arms are firm all the way up into the pinky side of your hand. One more breath up. Beautiful. And then release, hands down. Step to your plank. However you'd like to get to dog is your exhale. Shoulder blades in. Yes. And downward facing dog. Beautiful, you guys. Big full breath in through the nose. Bend your knees, look between your hands, step or hop to the top of the mat. As we inhale, we open up the front chest. And as we exhale, we fold. Come into your chair, Utkatasana. As you bring your hands together in front of your heart, press the palms together, open up the collarbones. Can you connect the armpits to your back body? Feel the arms plugging in. And then let's twist, left elbow to the outside of your right leg. So I'm going to invite you to keep your palms pressing together and use the hands to guide the shoulders onto the back body. That looks nice, Anne. As the right hand pushes into the left hand, move your chest back into the left shoulder blade. Beautiful. And then keep plugging both arms into the shoulder sockets. Could you stack your collarbones from the base of your left shoulder blade all the way up to the right collarbone, get longer. And exhale, fold in half. Very nice. Inhale is your Ardha. Exhale, we fold. Go ahead back into your chair, bending your knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Plug arms in, and then exhale, twist. And as you twist, and notice how that right arm crosses, we close that right shoulder, that right chest. So drive the right arm into the shoulder blade. Let that revolve and roll your left chest to the sky. You guys, these look great. Sit a little lower into your legs and pull your hips further back. And then pull your right shoulder blade back. There we go. One more breath. Deepen the twist. And exhale, fold. Inhale, we lengthen. Hands fully flat, step or jump, chaturanga. Shoulders stay on the back body as you inhale. And fold as you exhale. Right leg lifts as we inhale. Use the exhale, step the foot forward between your hands, back heel spins, one breath in your warrior one. Feel the connection from feet to fingers. Exhale, hands to the mat. Can you keep your chest open as you step back to plank? Lower chaturanga. Inhale, firm the forearms in. And exhale. Left leg lifts as you inhale. Exhale, step the foot forward. Use your breath. Feel the feet. And from the ground, rise all the way up. Connect it to the lift of the pinkies, the softening of the inner arms. Karen, straighten your elbows. And exhale, release. Hands down, chest open. Step back and lower. Inhale. As we press, can you still pull? And downward facing dog. Breathe in. And breathe out. That's it. Feel there's a sense that your arms, without moving in space, are trying to shift you into plank. like they're moving away from the earth, but your legs are pressing you back to Uttanasana. Keep that lift of the front body. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step the right foot forward between your hands. Rise to your warrior one on the inhalation. And then open it up to your warrior two on the exhalation. And then with your arms, turn the palms to face the wall that you're facing. A little bend into your elbows so that you can find the lift of the bicep. And as the bicep spins, inner arms spin up towards the sky, can you feel like there's little sinkers on your elbows? Are we past the jokes of like, imagine cans of soup on your elbows? Feel how it pulls the shoulder blades down. And now keep that weight of the shoulders down and open up your arms straighter. And then from the center of your collarbones, can you spread out to your thumbs? And from the bottom tips of your shoulder blades, can you reach out to your pinky fingers? Just get wide. And then reverse the warrior, inhaling. And then reach forward, right forearm to your right thigh. Let's come into the modified extended side angle, top arm straight up towards the sky. Lift so high up to the left arm that you can pull your right shoulder onto the back body. Notice the twist here, just like twisting chair, that right shoulder blade allows you to roll the left collarbone up. And now keep the top arm reaching to the sky, internally rotate, so the palm will roll back to the wall behind you. Start to reach that left arm back, keep the arm straight. Reach your left arm as far back to the wall as you can and still lift the chest up towards the sky. And then keep reaching that left arm back, bend your elbow, and can you slide your left fingertips towards your right shoulder blade without your hand touching on your spine? Notice I said, can you? So work the shoulder blades doing the work. And the more that we can find that left shoulder blade, slide the left pinky fingers all the way up to the right shoulder. Inhale, bring that left arm back up towards the sky. Spin the arm in the socket, reach it forward to the front of the room. Work your right shoulder blade. Remember the twist. Roll the left collarbone to the ceiling. Beautiful. Now press into your left foot. Bring your right arm to meet your left arm. Like you had a block between your hands. Could you spread your shoulders further apart? Yep. Inhale, come all the way up. Open the arms, soften the shoulders, soften the jaw. Reverse the warrior, inhale. And then release, hands to the mat, step to your plank. However you'd like to cleanse that out, find your way to downward facing dog. Shoulders back, Heidi. Left leg, it lifts as you inhale. Exhale, step the foot forward between your hands. Back heel spins, we rise on the inhalation to warrior one. And then we open it up to warrior two. And so just turn the palms to face the wall that you're facing. A little bend into those elbows so it feels like you've got some weights pulling the shoulder blades down into the back. So somewhere between a cactus and a straight arm. And then can you spin your biceps up, like you could high five your hands into the wall you're facing. Gather your bottom ribs in against that work. And then just start to spread the arms wide to straighten the elbows. And then reach from the center of your heart out to the fingertips. And then reach from the back of the heart out to the fingertips. So we're not squeezing the shoulder blades together, but both front and back body are wide. Reverse the warrior as you inhale. And then shift forward, left forearm to the left thigh, top arm to the sky. Check in with that left shoulder blade. Drive the shoulder into the chest and use that to deepen the twist, just like twisting chair. And then lift higher up to the right pinky side of your hand. Keep lifting, keep spreading. Internally rotate the right arm. Keep lifting, keep spreading, start to reach your right arm back. Like you can't find something behind you. You know when you're driving and you have to reach back into your back seat, but you still have to drive, but you can't find what's in the back seat? Keep reaching for it. And then keep reaching forward as you bend the elbow, because you find it, you realize it's fallen behind your seat. And then you bend that right arm and you slide the right fingertips somewhere up to meet your left shoulder blade. Can you do that, Anne, without your hand resting on your back body? Notice how active the elbow is. Can you actually soften the elbow and find the bottom tip of that right shoulder blade, beautiful, to open up the chest? Neck is soft, left shoulder back. Inhale, reach the right arm up towards the sky. Spin it the other way, reach it forward to the front of the room. And remember when we were in crescent and you were pressing that pinky side of your right hand against that wall? Find that here, so the arm plugs in. Beautiful. And then bring the left arm to meet the right. Awesome. 2 feet pressing. Could you lengthen your left waist more? Could you spread the shoulders more and hug the hands a little closer together? Inhale, we rise all the way back up to your warrior 2. Open the arms. Reverse the warrior as you inhale. Release the hands to the floor. Find your way. Highly recommend cleansing that out with a vinyasa. Go ahead and come onto your forearms at the same time, you guys. Walk it out for forearm plank. Remember that first Sphinx we did. So try to hug your elbows together. And as you try to make a wrinkle down the center of your mat, hugging the elbows in, could you also pull the elbows towards your feet? Swivel your heels towards the right. You're going to stagger your feet and come into forearm Vashisthasana. And let's just bring the left hand to the hip for now. I want you to work on your base, your foundation. Wherever you are with your right elbow, keep hugging it to the wall you're facing, and then try to slide your right elbow from the shoulder blade towards your feet. Notice that twist, so it feels like your right rib cage are rolling up. You can stay here, or you can bring the left hand behind you and try to find the bottom tip of your right shoulder blade. Work, not that you're just using your arm, but you're working the shoulder blades to open up the chest. Coil the collarbones forward, lengthen the tailbone towards the heels. Inhale, bring the top arm back up. Exhale, come back to forearm plank. Hug your elbows together. You ever notice that the shoulders are, sometimes they feel like evil twins, like one acts up and the other one's like a goody two-shoe? Anyone? I know there's a couple of you guys actually agree with me. Hug the elbows in. So if this is your evil twin side, pay attention to it. Connect the shoulder blade in, and then Vashisthasana the second side. And then just start with your right hand on your hip. It's one less thing to worry about. Could you let the collarbones move forward? Feel a sense of Sphinx. The more we can let the left shoulder blade press into the chest, we'll get a sense of opening across the left side as well. Then maybe you slide the right hand behind your back, find the bottom tip of the left shoulder blade, and let it be a sense of opening up the left chest away from the press of the left arm. One more breath in. Bring the top arm back up towards the sky. Come back to your forearm plank. You have 5 breaths here. So you can interlace your fingers or not. Press down into your forearms. Pull your forearms towards your feet and open up your collarbones forward. Looks great, Janine. Beautiful, you guys. One more breath in. And then lower back into Sphinx. Open up the chest. Good things don't always happen just once in our life. Isn't that nice that we're lucky enough to do things another time? So when you're ready, whether your hands are interlaced or not, I don't care. Curl your toes under, lift your hips back for forearm plank. We're going to take the twist now. So go ahead and swivel your heels towards the right. Again, stagger or stack. Both arms stay on the floor. Notice how more weight is in your right arm. Can you drive the right shoulder blade towards your feet as you shift more weight into your left hand? Pull your chest forward. Open up the collarbones wide. Take another full breath in. Swivel back up onto your toes. We're going straight over to the second side. Can you twist without it affecting your chest? Can you just wivel? Can you just swivel your hips and still keep the weight even right to left? Pull the arms towards the feet. Yes. Open up the chest wide. Come back to your forearm plank. Lower all the way back down into your Sphinx. Walk your hands back. Upward facing dog is your inhale. And downward facing dog is your exhale. Inhale, lift your right leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, step the right foot forward between your hands. Let's lower the left knee down to the mat. Bring your two hands to your hips. As you inhale, come upright. And then reach both arms forward and up towards the sky. And as the arms go up, notice they don't go back. There is a sense of your hands pressing. Donna, bring your hands a little closer together. When the arms come together, you can open up the shoulders wider apart. Rather, if the shoulder blades come together, the hands will have to go apart. So keep space across the back of the neck. And then we're going to keep the left arm reaching towards the sky. Bring your right arm behind you and come into a Gomukhasana. So left arm high, right arm behind. And whether you touch your hands, whether you grab a strap, whether you let the arms do their thing, it's up to you. Your left hand, can you use your thumb to just remind that left trapezius to soften, to remind the left inner arm to drop, and continue to wrap your left tricep forward. There's a sense that your left elbow is trying to come towards the nose. Yes, Anne. And then stay here, you guys, if this is enough. Curl your back toes under if you'd like, and then rise it up into your crescent pose. Keep the arms. Take a moment and breathe across the right collarbone and find that right bottom tip of your shoulder blade to lift your chest to the left elbow a little higher. Take a big inhale. Exhale, fold forward. As you fold forward, lean the head into that left hand. Feel the lift of the back body. Shift forward into your third warrior. Remember those opposites with your shoulder blades in your back pockets? Can you feel that your right shoulder blade is pulling your hips to your left foot? Feel that diagonal. Lift the front body. Take a big full breath in. You guys, these look great. And then exhale, fold into your standing split. So the arms can stay, or you can release the hands to the floor. Nice job. One more breath in. Release both hands to the mat. Plant your hands fully flat. Take a moment, lift up through the inner wrists. Rise up onto the toes of the right foot and play with hopping into a handstand. Play. Keyword is play. Lift up through the inner arms. Stack the shoulders over the wrists. Stack the hips over the shoulders. We'll meet in downward facing dog when you guys are ready. Take a breath in dog. And a long exhale. Left leg, it lifts as we inhale. As we exhale, step the foot forward between your hands. We'll lower the right knee down to the mat. Use the inhale to reach the arms up towards the sky. And as the arms lift, feel the connection when they stop. Feel how they plug in. And then firm the hands a little closer to the midline so the shoulders spread. And the back of the neck is soft. And then all you're going to do is reach the left arm behind you, come into that variation of Gomukhasana. Right arm stays glued into the side waist. A couple breaths right here. And oftentimes it's the bottom shoulder blade that gives us a little bit more, shall I say, sensation. So see if you can't rethink the work of Sphinx. Lift the chest. Let the back body soften. Let the left shoulder blade move in and spread wide right to left. And then that right arm, you can use your thumb to just tease that right trapezius away. Do you create more rotation? Take an inhale here. Curl the back toes under if you did on the first side and lift yourself into crescent pose. Lean into the support of the hands. That was beautiful. Take a full breath in and then exhale, fold forward. Find the diagonal, right elbow forward, left thigh back. Take a full breath here. Exhale, shift forward into your third warrior. Nice, Cindy. Let the entire front body lift, fill you. Breathe your breath into your arms. Lift the front body a little taller. And then exhale, fold into your standing splits. Move your collarbones towards your toe tips while the weight stays reaching back to your lifted leg. Release your hands down to the floor if you haven't already. Take a moment just to reset. And then with your hands flat, shoulders spread, take an inhale. And then just play with hopping into a handstand here. Very nice, you guys. Lift up to the ribs. Lift up to the inner wrist. Hug in. There you go. And then we'll find our way into downward facing dog. And then just rest in child's pose, you guys. And as you rest in child's pose, reach the arms back behind you. Turn the palms to face up. Soften the jaw. And then slide those straight arms forward in space. Lift your head up just so you can see that your hands are where you would if you were to come into downward dog. And then lower your head back again. Push your hands down and lift your elbows up. And as you press into your hands, can you find the line of energy from your inner elbow all the way to your inner armpit? Lift your armpit a little higher. And then you're going to shift forward, come onto your elbows and interlace your fingers. So we're setting up for dolphin pose. Curl your toes under, and when you're ready, lift your hips up into dolphin. Feel free to walk your feet as wide as you need to. Feel free to bend your knees as much as you have to. Shift your shoulders so they are right over your elbows, and then press your wrist down and try to pull your elbows towards your feet. Let the back of the neck soften. Let the jaw soften. Can you spread the shoulders wider and lift the low belly, lift the ribs? Inhale, right leg lifts towards the sky. Straighten your right leg a little bit more as if you could push your right foot down into something. And then lower the right foot. And left leg, inhale. Beautiful, you guys. Notice how the weight shifts into the arms. See if you can't keep it even, and it's like you're like pushing your left foot down into something. Your hips will shift over your shoulders. And then lower your left foot down and rest in child's pose. Very nice. So I want you to try to either work your handstand if that feels better for you, or your dolphin or your pincha. So let's just take a moment and play with kicking, hopping, whatever feels more stable, whatever feels more grounded. And just observe how the weight shifts. Those of you that are playing with your handstands, feel your fingers pressing, feel your fingers resisting the shift of the shoulders. Notice that moment where the shoulders pause. Connect the lift of the ribs to your feet, whichever variation you're in. If you're in dolphin or in pincha, can you keep the spread of the shoulders? Straighten the arms, those of you that are playing with your handstand. And then everybody will all meet up on our backs and set up for bridge pose. Nice, Andrew. And as you arrive on your back, bend your knees, feet on the floor. Hold on to the edges of the mat for this first round. And as you hold on to the edges of your mat, can you bend your elbows enough to feel your shoulders heavy? And then inhale, rise your pelvis up into your bridge pose. Keeping the hands holding onto the mat, try to break the mat apart right to left. And then pull your chest towards your chin. Give a little bit more height through the front of the chest. Now keep the spread of the shoulders, drive the shoulders into the floor, and now release the grip of the mat and bend your elbows so your fingers reach straight up towards the sky. And could you open up the inner arms? Maybe the hands even go wide, like a wide cactus. But notice it's the shoulder heads that are dropping so that the collarbones can float up. Beautiful. Take another full inhale. And lower all the way down, exhale. Beautiful, you guys. We're gonna do 2 more back bends so you can stick to bridge. If you feel comfortable turning your hands for Urdhva Dhanurasana, scorpion, camel, I can't see you. So do it feels appropriate for you today. Notice how the shoulders feel. And maybe rather than going into the one you always do so quickly, check in as you go step by step. Create awareness and space. Create a sense of elongation through the back of the neck, spread across the shoulders. Beautiful, Andrew, hug those knees together. Audrey, more weight in your legs. You'll lower down when you're ready. Take just about 2 more breaths. And do 1 more. Heidi, walk your left foot forward an inch. Yeah. Nice, Rachel. Beautiful work, you guys. When you're done and you've arrived back onto the floor, take your feet as wide as the mat. Let your knees drop in towards one another. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky and just cross your arms over your chest and give yourself a hug. Feel the breath move across the back of the heart. And then even here, feel that the arms have dropped into the shoulder sockets. And then inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky, switch the cross of the elbows and give yourself a hug the other way. Soften the jaw, release the back of the neck. Go ahead and come into happy baby when you're ready. Grab a hold of the outside edges of your feet or behind your thighs. And even here, feel the release of the neck. The weight of the hips are heavy. Cross the right ankle over your left leg, set up for figure 4. Thread the needle. And then place your left foot down to the mat. We're going to slowly roll the right foot over towards the left. And some of you might take your left hand and grab a hold of your right ankle, pull it closer towards your left hip. Anchor the right foot down. There's a sense of release to that outer right thigh. Let the chest open. Breathe across the right collarbone. And then exhale, come back to center. And we'll pass through happy baby just for a second. And then switch, so your left ankle goes over your right thigh. And then when you're ready, release the foot to the floor and just let your left foot roll over to the right. And maybe you grab a hold of that left foot and bring it closer to your right hip, but pay attention to what's happening on the left side of your chest. Exhale, come back to center. Go ahead and hug both knees into your chest and reach both legs up towards the sky. And then just check in and ask yourself, how's my low back doing? So if you have any question, then hold on to the edges of the mat. If you'd like, you can reach your arms up and carry those straight arms up and overhead. And then wherever you are, can you push your ribs down to the floor more? Slowly lower your right leg, let it hover up off the floor. Reach through the heels of both feet. Try to extend the heels away from the hips. And again, spreading the shoulders, feeling the drop of the rib cage like it's anchoring into a catcher's mitt, like your breath and your heart is being received into the earth. You're like, how can you talk to me that quietly and gently when I'm doing core work? Interlace everything but the thumb and the first finger if your arms are overhead. And then exhale, curl yourself up to the outside of your left leg. Try to lift your left shoulder too. And then slowly lower down. Bring your right leg to meet your left leg. And then slowly lower your left leg, let it hover. Reach through the heels. So put the entire energy through your cellular body. Toes, fingertips, get long and get grounded. Take another full breath in. Interlace everything but the thumb and the first finger, full inhale. There's a lift up as you twist towards the right. Continue to lift the chest, continue to carve, and let the shoulders move away so you can twist the spine deeper. One more breath in. And then go ahead and lower, hug both knees into your chest, little rock and roll. Reach both legs to the sky, and again, you decide if you want to hold on to the edges of the mat or if you want to keep your arms overhead, it's up to you. Imagine there was a block between your legs, or like you were just tied your legs together. So make them tight, glue them, and then push your ribs down against that work. Slowly lower your legs, 5, 10, 15 degrees away from you. And as you do that, notice if your low back lifts. Can you push your front body into the floor? So the belly is hollow. With every exhale, you're scooping down. That's nice. And then maybe you take the legs another 5, 10, 15 degrees away from you. But pay attention to when the legs start to pull your back up off the floor. Reach from your back body, out through your tailbone, out through your heels. Lower the legs to a place where you can hold for just 5 breaths. Yeah, you can bend your knees a little bit if you need to. How far you go doesn't matter, but being in control and staying connected is the practice of yoga. Last 2 breaths. Reach through those heels. And then hug both knees into your chest. Little rock and roll, you guys, side to side. Keep your right knee in your chest, straighten your left leg on the mat. Let's just take one more twist. Take the right knee over to the left. Breathe more breath across the top body. Breathe more breath into the exhale of your right shoulder, your right ribs. Come back to center. Hug your left knee in to meet your right as you switch sides. And then into the twist, second side. And sometimes it's more about moving the rib cage away from the hips and the leg versus the arm. So start in the center versus more distally. And then come back to center, you guys, and slowly check in and see if there's anything you need before we slide our way into Shavasana. Maybe you give yourself a final hug. As you let your legs drift away, feel the drop of the shoulders. Take a big, full inhale through the nose. And a long, big exhale out the mouth. And as you lay back, can you breathe more breath across the back of your heart? Can you feel that with every inhale you widen across the back of the chest? So there's a sense of exhaling the chest down into the support of the earth. Slowly start to deepen your breath. And start to breathe into the fingertips and the toes. If you have any children or pets that have chosen to rest on you while you're in Shavasana, feel free to stay there. When you're ready, reach the arms all the way up and overhead. Give yourself a big stretch in. And a long exhale out. Bend your knees and gently roll yourself over to one side and press yourself up to a seated position. And as you sit up tall, just take this moment to feel the effects of your practice. Movement and breathing is medicine. And feel the head lean back into the support of your heart. Feel how the heart supports you to elevate. And bring your hands together. May there be peace in our hearts. May there be peace in our homes. And may there be peace in this world. Namaste, everybody. Thank you so very much.